All right, as you guys know, we no longer have this shop. We're in a brand new 4,000 square foot shop. We managed to hit our 100K plaque on YouTube while we were gone. This, I think, is enough to explain where we've been. You can hear the echo in my voice. You can see by the emptiness that there is nothing left here. Yeah. I mean, that's enough to see. We emptied out a 40,000 square foot building that is literally 1 acre of ground space. Obviously, we didn't have the ceiling here, but that was a lot of stuff. This is where the 2-post lift used to be. As you guys know, a lot of our projects were built there. JJ's car sat in the back. The Ranger was built here. TDI hatch, before it was a TDI, was built right here underneath that light. The 4-post lift was over by that blue ladder. This room was where I put most of my parts. There were shelves halfway down this. There were shelves halfway down this. And as many of you guys know, I used to do eBay. So this was literally shelves all the way down to that puddle. We literally sold used Honda parts, which kind of got me into building the Hondas because we had our own supply of parts. Continuing through the building, this room ended up being where I kept my body panels, most of my wheels, and a lot of my engine swaps. We had pallets of wheels here, spare tires, you name it. This room over here was filled with body panels. We had all kinds of parts here, engine swaps, exhaust, you name it. This is the middle room. 90% of the time, you guys would see us drive from the front room through to the back room. The tow motor sat in here a lot. There was a lot of dry storage in here. Not much was built here. A lot of other people use this area through the years. So yeah, we go through this door. This room back here is where we usually got crazy and did most of our violent tendencies. But yeah, this is where we used to drift. You know, Beater V, Nissan, FedEx, you name it. This is probably where we did most of our transmission problems, and blown out tires came from this room. The back bumper on the hard body was definitely smacked off this pole like 6 times. I know that I've slid into this pole. I think this is the one that like actually folded the front bumper in the middle. This pole is the one that cracked the windshield on FedEx and put a huge bend in my rim. But honestly, the worst of it all, I think I've broken more taillights and hit this singular wall right here more times than you can count. I'm not 100% positive. I think that's twin engine. I think that's the Nissan's tires. I'm telling you, I don't know if it was this, there was a hot water tank here, but I definitely broke a couple taillights, making this smooth transition here. So let's talk about the reasons we're not in the shop. I think the #1 reason that we're no longer allowed to be in this shop, the fire department's concerned for us having vehicles, gasoline, oil, tires, stuff like that. If there were an incident, I think that all of that would add to a big liability. Reasons we didn't want to be here, you can see the puddle behind us. This room will fill with water more than half the ground space. This would literally be wet. Not saying that it was like crazy standing, but it was bad. That being said, this room had a sprinkler line break last year, which is the reason none of my cars were in the shop before we moved out. I literally moved my cars out because I was tired of moldy interiors. I was tired of my starters and alternators locking up. We have a moisture issue. The elevator shaft over here still has 2 foot of water in the bottom of it. We feel like we are in the rec center right now. The other big thing, obviously with moisture came mold, but you can see behind the lift over here, we used to have plastic because the water would splash on my alignment machine, thousands of dollars, doesn't work anymore. All of that mold is from this water that comes in. So that was another big reason. Ceiling height. You guys have said it for years. We have a 9-foot ceiling here. We didn't really have that much space, but it fucking sucks. It sucks not being able to stand under your car. We're working under our cars like this. Walking underneath the lift like this and then catching your spine. Our new landlord gave us 90 days to be out of this building, which I thought was going to be fine, and it absolutely was the most stressful nightmare of my life. We filled I want to say 3 40-yard dumpsters with just steel alone. That didn't work. Oh, fuck. I got it. Why does that seem like it's not in a good spot? Okay, that's kind of cool. You believe we towed CRVs back to here with these? We would never be able to get this done without a Matador.
Don't be a pussy.
You gonna give me one?
Yeah, drink a Matador. That's what freedom tastes like.
I hope it caught that. Fuck. Yeah. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah. Your front bumper's fucking fine. Stop. Dude, you literally have to keep the shit perfect the whole fucking
I know!
Well, then quit yanking your wheel up right so much. Back the fucking thing up one way what do you think? No, quit walking perfect.
Sorry, wrong way.
Straight. Straight. Turn the wheel straight. You have to get the front of the truck over. Yes, I'm backing straight up. Straighten the wheel just a little bit. Correct and go forward. Stop. Perfect. Leave it right there. Don't move it at all. Straight. This is all you gotta do to make sure this fucking moves. That's what I'm saying. Just straight shot out.
Hey, you're turning.
I was trying to keep it closed that wall. I thought I was going to touch the other side. I couldn't see the other side.
like a foot on the other side.
Yeah, I couldn't see the other side at all. If I knew I would have done
Hi, nice guy.
he said if I would have known I would have cleared the other side, I would have moved over.
$19.90 tag hatch.
That's rare.
Four-door windows.
Oh my God.
Dude, is that an Integra bumper? Oh my God, some animal threw out 12 Del Sol bumpers. But enough of this shithole. Let's go check out the new shop. New shop, guys. Unfortunately, this is probably only 2,000 square foot. We have a matching shop next door to this without concrete. So that is literally just parts and random stuff. But here we have enough space to probably work on 5 cars at a time. Obviously, you guys see that we have the stance cars in here. These are gonna be my main 2 projects to pick back up on the channel. As you can tell, I haven't done anything in probably 2 months. I'm gonna get back into YouTube channels on these projects. I think that I'm going to jump back into some of the small stuff that needs tidied up on a lot of the other vehicles on Instagram, and I'll interact a little bit more. Everyone wants to know like the actual updates or the little stuff, and some people complain that I don't talk. One of the biggest things, we painted this white, and we have not finished putting up lights. We still have at least 10 more of the same lights to put up. We have to hang them on the garage door rails. We have to hang some more back there. We're gonna be building like a man cave style thing here. Downstairs is gonna be more of like a heated area. My daughter can play, watch cartoons, stuff like that, and it'll actually be sealed. So to an extent, I can video and the noise will not be an effect on either of us. Above this, we're gonna have an upper deck. That's gonna be the man cave. We're gonna put a mini fridge up there, put tables, actually be able to sit around, you know, kick back a couple beers with the boys. And I think it's gonna be sick getting those photos and videos from up there of everything down here. There's a lot of details that need worked out. All of these shelves, toolboxes, workbenches, everything needs organized. There's probably 6 months of continuously moving stuff around and getting comfortable with a new shop that's set up in a functional fashion for what we're gonna be doing. And I wanted it clean. Everybody always complained that our old shop was dirty, so there's no more dirty shop. We got cool memorabilia stuff over there. If you guys are seeing any of that, there's some stuff hidden back. This is getting drywalled. All that's getting hung up. We're gonna have cool stuff. Like I said, I want it to be vibe. I want it to be like the OGs that are watching the channel are like, yo, I remember that car. You know, looking up at the spoiler from the Georgia Civic. Oh yeah, I forgot I did that. Soupsy! go. We need to talk about cars, what we're gonna do, some of the thought process on it. So this is obviously the negative 108 offset Civic. These are negative 4 inches of offset. Obviously, I'm not gonna find a fender flare to fit this. I have Volkswagen Beetle fairings. I'm gonna put over this. I'm deleting the original headlights. We'll have the Beetle headlight here. I have a Jeep grill. I'm gonna extend this bumper out. Total rat rod vibes. I'm doing the same thing in the rear, more like a roll pan design with the bumper protruding through it. Completely different. Like I want that old school 60s Model T rat rod style. Model A, Model T, Model A. Is it the Model A? Like the original OG rat rod. I want that vibe. I want something completely different. So this is going to be my rat rod build. Everything about it's gonna be completely different. I gotta put a new floor pan in it because it's missing. Plenty of stuff. So this is negative 108 offset. EK36 is going to be a stance car. You guys are really pushing me to like make it rear wheel drive and not stance it and not ruin it. But this was the no fucks given car. Again, going back to like the rat rod vibe that I started with. It's right hand drive. It's stubbed literally 9 inches shorter than a stock coupe. And obviously I did all the patchwork. This isn't changing. This is like final product. I'll wire wheel and this whole car is getting cleared the way that you see it. On top of that, obviously I put the B18 in it. I don't know if that was ever updated and put in any of my videos, but I plan on putting a lot of new parts on it. It's getting max speeding rods, coilovers. It's already got camber kits and whatnot. We're gonna run the standard like 9 degrees just to get everything tucked. I'm gonna be running the JNC 9 wides. On that note, since they're coming off this car, the TDI hatch does run and drive. There's a couple little things that need taken care of, like the fact that the key doesn't start the car. I do need to wire in a couple little things. We have 5x100 Volkswagen in the front. Everyone always keeps asking why the ugly wheels, yada yada. I need to come up with a solution to match this to 4x100 back here. Currently I'm sitting at 18 degrees, maybe 20 in the front. This is sitting at like 9, 10, maybe 11. So I want to match the angle, regardless if I get rid of some or add some. I need to have special ordered wheels so that I have 5/100, or I need to convert this to 5/100 so that if I have a blowout or whatever, I can switch tires around and do what I need to do for flips or wires showing. I'd rather lose a back tire than a front one on the highway. But yes, a lot of details need done. The car has been raised up about 1.5 inches to clear those front tires. So this normally tucks a rim. This thing's gonna be back on the road. Like, I'm excited for that. We're gonna be working on this, but the little stuff can be taken care of on the side. FedEx. As you can see, you wanna show them that stretch up there? Give it a little zoom, yeah. This is a debeaded tire. I think, what is this, the 3rd time I've done it? I aired this up, we went and took pictures, and I did a couple little donuts in the intersection, and I park it and get out, and it's debeaded again. If it can't handle 3 minutes of driving, that's unacceptable. So I gotta figure out what's going on with that. I don't know if I've chipped my rim, but that needs figured out. I do plan on painting the interior of this car. I do have intentions of cleaning up the wiring a significant amount. And when that happened, I also crushed the fender in on the other side of the car. TDI hatch, FedEx. All right, let's go show them the parking lot. There's not much to talk about it, but this is one of the 3 4-door hatches that I built. I sold the one. I primed the roof on this one. I was gonna take it to H-Day. It's not on SI wheels anymore. It is for sale. Beater V, someone came and gave me a deposit for it. It's literally that. All I did was use it as my winter beater. Nothing real special to go over it. Everyone wants to know about this. That's an Olds 88 on a square body frame with straight axles. There's not really much to say about it. I intended on using the like 5.3 or 6.0 that's in it, to power a CRV, but I don't want to get rid of the lifted silver V. So this is kind of like, you know, I got rid of the beater V. I was gonna put that on there, but that's another day. The Fiero, I don't care about, we're gonna sell it. The strawberry. Oh look, another strawberry. Look, another strawberry. Ooh, another strawberry. And although I did build this strawberry, this is not my strawberry. The D16 swapped RSX does run and drive. I do not have a battery in it. I have intentions of taking this and getting it dyno tuned. That has never left my thoughts. We need to sell baby blue hatch. All right, scroll back. So that I can have dyno and clutch money. There's a couple other little nooks and crannies in here. Yeah. Show them the Photoshop. You guys see the Photoshop? Yep. Right? See that? Photoshop. All right. The lifted V. Obviously, there's not much left to do on this, but there is some maintenance. I got seized up front calipers. I should probably do rear brakes while I'm at it, but there's not much to say about this one. It runs, it drives, it does what we need it to for now. I think we're gonna start taking it out more. It seems like fun. I bought this as a flip car. I bought this as a flipped car. The guy who sold it to me said it was flipped once. Drift V, the LeBron. I bought this because I'm an idiot. I just thought it would be awesome slammed on the ground. Unfortunately, the frame rail looks the same, and so does the brake lines. Stop, stop, stop! You're gonna break it! I hope you cut your ankle off. Moral of the story, I wanted to just drop this on its nuts. Like, I want to get into something other than Hondas. I'm not gonna Honda swap it. I just want something that we can mob around town and not care about. Although these cars are for sale, like, I still think that that's a cool idea. Oh look, a strawberry. This is Emmanuel's. It's all-wheel drive swap Focus. Everyone's been asking where it's at. Emmanuel has been working on his house instead of this car. Do I have the finances to potentially buy stuff that it needs? Yes, probably. The other side note, I've been spending my time helping him with his house, so I don't have extra days to work on this either. CRV B20 underneath an 03 Focus. Twin engine. Although the transmissions are fixed, apparently when you put two motors in your car, you got twice the expenses, so I should have known that coming into it. I wasn't getting double the power, I was getting double the headaches. I want to paint this car. I obviously took the time to put quarter panels on it. I have a door handle somewhere. The rims are 50-50 so that you guys can see how fast they spin or when I hit the brakes, whatever. That's another thing, it needs a brake line. Don't buy copper brake lines, guys. They're the devil's work. But on that note, I think this is turnkey. There's nothing wrong with it other than the fact that, like, batteries are an everyday occurrence when you have 30 vehicles. You only get 5 batteries and they all go bad every week, so you just buy more batteries. Rear wheel drive Del Sol. I don't know how, but there's no fluid in the master slave cylinder setup. So I don't know if that's an O-ring or what, but this is fully functional, fully interiored, heat works, absolutely turnkey, battery's still cool, everything's great. It just doesn't have a clutch pedal. K24 93 EG. This bad boy is for sale. I will let it go for the cheap. Not like $500 cheap, but it is turnkey, ready to go cheap. K series. This is turnkey too, but it's like the redheaded stepchild of the turnkeys. I want a K20 swap this, but I don't know if that's ever gonna happen. There's really not much to say about it. I want a mid-engine swap this. Again, is it worth it? I'm probably gonna run this into the ground. I wanna keep this, put it on air ride, make it my absolute awesome daily, but not drive it in the winter. It's a rust-free car from Florida. This is one of my first 4-door hatches. This might be getting sold, but if I do keep it, I wanna K-swap it and do like a completely different set. Like, obviously it came with a B series. I just want it to not be the normal Integra. Like, everybody gets an Integra and it's like stock, or it's like mildly stanced. This B series can go in the CRX. I can put a K in here. The XO, I already bought all the paint. I have intentions of sanding down all the bars, cleaning her up, getting these painted pink, and I want to paint the chassis that's red. I want to paint it black. And then obviously we constantly switch tires out on this. This was just a simple fits through the trails setup. And honestly, this thing goes just about anywhere you can ask it to. We've never been in a scenario where it hasn't gone where we want it to. It's super light. With these wheels on it, probably weighs 2,000 pounds flat. Mint green, the Civic truck. I welded it back together. and then I rolled it. So that is literally everything that I have here. I still have 3 vehicles in Florida. It's literally the gist of everything that is going on in our lives.